Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Snow is continuing to fall in the southern part of the valley and in many parts of our viewing areas. Roads are slick. We've heard multiple reports of car accidents happening on I-29 in Fargo. In fact, a two-vehicle accident caused a car to catch on fire on 19th Avenue South in Fargo earlier this afternoon. A police officer tells us no one was injured in that accident and the fire was quickly put out. Let's check in with Valley News Team's Katie Opperly, who is out in the snow right now and has been tracking these accidents as they've been happening. Katie, how's it looking out there?
Melanie, I would have to say that if people can stay off the roads, they absolutely should. I've seen snow plows out and about trying to remove ice and snow from the roads, but with the snow continuing to come down, it's creating a layer at all times, creating slick conditions for driving. I have been following reports of accidents throughout the day, and there have been call after call of car collisions. When I spoke with Fargo police, they said that many of the calls they responded to are a result of weather causing poor driving conditions. It's a good time to remind everyone to take extra precautions while driving. First and foremost, slow down. Speed on slick roads can cause loss of control or the inability to slow down for an unexpected incident. Also, make sure you're driving with care. Make sure you're coming to a stop and accelerating slowly. Also, you should make sure your car is in a good shape to be on the road. We spoke with local car service centers, and they said people should make sure their tires have enough tread depth to remain in control of your vehicle. Also, check that the windshield wiper blades are in working order to make sure that you can see while you're driving. Lastly, it is Veterans Day weekend. There's a possibility of more traffic on the road. Just another reason to pay attention and stay safe. But for now, in Fargo, Katie Opperly, Valley News Live.
Okay, thank you, Katie, for that live report. And as she said, police want to remind people to slow down during these snowy conditions and drive with caution. Joining us now is meteorologist Justin Fanfarelli to talk about how much snow we're going to get tonight. Justin?
Thank you, Melanie, and good evening, everybody. Yeah, the snow has been moving west to east into our viewing area through the last several hours. Here's where it is right now, up and down the Red River Valley, affecting our highly populated areas, especially from Fargo up toward Grand Forks. And we are seeing the snow stretching just a bit off to the west right now. Heaviest and steadiest snow now between Cooperstown and Mayville. But the good news is, other than some light snow showers, this is the back end of the snowfall. It should work its way off to the east through our Minnesota counties, going through the evening, and by the early overnight, we should be mainly dry with partly cloudy skies. Current temperatures look like this. We are seeing very cold temperatures for this time of year. Our average high into the mid to upper 40s, and this is all we did in terms of temperatures for today, into the mid to upper teens, some places, especially off to the south and to the west, closer to that 20-degree mark. Combine that with a southerly wind, but it is a breezy to windy southerly wind, 15 to 30 miles per hour in some places. It is giving us very cold wind chills still, with most of us now seeing wind chills into the single digits. So prepare for the snow on the roads and the very brutal wind chills tonight. We should be mainly dry as soon as the snow moves out of the area, and that's going to take place through this evening. Temperatures will rise a little into the lower 20s, and then after that we have a nice and dry weather pattern, but the cold air will stick around for the near future. We'll take a look at the full 7-day forecast that's coming up later in the newscast.
Okay, thank you, Justin. And two men accused of killing a woman on the Spirit Lake Indian Reservation in northeastern North Dakota have changed their pleas to guilty. Authorities say 24-year-old Dakota Charbonneau and 21-year-old Dalen St. Pierre each pleaded guilty to 3 charges in the August 2016 death of Carla Yellowbird. Court documents show that Charbonneau and another person planned to rob Yellowbird of her money and belongings and later recruited St. Pierre to do the robbery. Police say St. Pierre shot and killed Yellowbird. Sentencing for the two men is scheduled for February 25th. The Minnesota Bureau of Criminal Apprehension is now investigating 2 Twin Cities officer-involved shootings in the last 24 hours. The most recent one happened just after 11 p.m. yesterday in Shakopee. Officers responded to a fire alarm call, and as they approached the house, police say they were met by a man holding a handgun. Police say while standing in the doorway, the man raised the gun at an officer who then fired his weapon. The man died at the hospital. Shakopee police say body cameras were on at the time of the shooting, and they say the video supports the officer's actions. Earlier yesterday afternoon, Minneapolis police shot and killed a man believed to be suicidal and who officers say threatened them with a weapon. An officer is recovering after being attacked in Grand Forks by a dog while serving a search warrant. The Grand Forks Regional Narcotics Task Force entered a home on North 4th Street Friday, only to have the lead investigator attacked by a large dog. Police say the team tried to get the animal off of the officer, but it wouldn't let go, so another officer shot it. Grand Forks police say incidents like these are rare and unfortunate for everyone.
I'm a dog person, and I would not want to have to make that decision. If I was in that position, I'm sure I'd do exactly as that officer did. But it's nothing that any of us wants to do.
Investigators say the case is still active, so they can't release any more details, including the condition of who was attacked. And the North Dakota National Guard is proposing a plan to expand its training center in northeastern county to accommodate more military members. Officials say the state's National Guard plans to seek input from neighboring landowners, counties, cities, and the Spirit Lake Nation on the proposal to expand its Camp Grafton Training Center south. They'd like to expand Camp Grafton by at least 6,000 more acres to build a new range complex. Military members in North Dakota often have to travel to a camp in Wyoming or Camp Ripley in Minnesota for training. And graduation rates for Native American students in North Dakota have lagged behind those of white students by about 20 to 30 percentage points for the past decade. 8 years ago, a local nonprofit sought to change that by starting a program for Native American students aimed at boosting their academic performances. YouthWorks' New Direction program has shown great success with Native American students in the Bismarck area. Last year, 78% of youth in the program who attended after-school sessions 16 or more times passed their core classes. And President Donald Trump is awarding the Presidential Medal of Honor or Freedom, the nation's highest honor for a civilian, to Alan Page, a former Viking and Minnesota Supreme Court Justice. Page is one of 7 people who will be honored with the medal this coming Friday. The now 73-year-old was elected to the Minnesota Supreme Court in 1992 and served for more than 20 years. He played 15 years in the NFL for the Vikings and the Chicago Bears. He was named MVP in 1971 and inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1988. Still to come on Valley News Live at 6, wildfires continue to cause devastation across many parts of California. But first, more cases of the mysterious illness that can leave children paralyzed are popping up. The latest is coming up right after the break.